or quietly and follow along. At any point, click the pause button to catch up or take a break. Hi, today you'll be making this corn stalk, and it looks like it's popping off this piece of paper. To do that, this is called a collage, which means we're going to take different pieces of paper, cut them into shapes, and paste them together to form a picture. Here's what we need to do. We're going to start with our corn, and on this sheet of paper with a pencil, I'm going to be using a marker so you can see it, but a pencil will be working great. You're going to draw kind of a line like that, leaving some space on the left side of your paper, and on the right side, you're going to draw a shorter line on that side. With your pencil, we're going to make a big curved line that connects this point of this line to the other side, and another curved line that comes across and connects to the other line, forming the shape of a corn cob. With your scissors, you're going to cut out the corn cob. There is my corn cob. Next, we're going to be making the corn stalk. And here's your piece of paper. First, what we're going to do is we're going to be making the actual stalk right here with our piece of paper. So you're going to turn your paper the long way, and on one end, you're going to cut a strip just like so. Okay. Put that strip aside. We're going to need that later. And then with this paper and your pencil, remember I'm using a marker just for this step so you can see it, you're going to go from one corner to the other corner, making a curved line. This curve doesn't go past halfway of your paper because we're going to make two parts to our corn. After you've done that, you may cut them out. Awesome. Here we have two parts of our corn stalk. We're going to bring in the nice big blue piece of paper now, and we're going to start to glue things down, beginning with our stalk. I'm going to pick up the bottom of my paper so you can see where I place it. With a glue stick, we are going to glue this down. And when you glue it, you can glue it at an angle. This will determine which direction your corn is going to go. Add some glue, flipping it over. I'm going to have this corn stalk go this way. And I'm going to put it more towards the middle so I have plenty of room for my big corn to come off. Pasting it down, giving it a nice rub. It's okay if a little bit goes off. That's not a big deal. We're going to cut it off later. Next, we're gonna do the corn. So you can start by adding some glue to your corn cob. This will be going on the end of our corn stalk that we just glued on. Okay, so when I go to place my corn stalk, it can be a little bit off the page. I think that looks really cool. And the bottom is going to be right about there. Giving it a nice rub so it is firmly on the page. Just like so. There you go. Now we're going to add the two sides of our corn stalk, just like that. So we're gonna flip them over so we can glue them. When I go to glue them down, the curved edge is going to go near the corn cob. And I'm going to place it so that it touches my corn stalk. It can go over it a little bit, that's totally fine. And it's gonna go off the page. That way it looks like the corn is kind of growing off this space. Let's do the other side. I'm going to add some glue. Here we go. Once again, the curved side is going to go towards the corn cob. And you can place it at a different level. That adds, makes it a little interesting if you ask me. Here we go. I'm rubbing it down. Awesome work. Now we're going to decorate our collage using our marker and crayons. I am coloring the stalk with a purple marker. That's the stem area. That way it kind of stands out differently than the other sides of the stalk. There we go. I'm just making sure everything looks really neat and clean. With that marker, what we're going to do next is we're going to add some texture to this part of the corn stalk. They have some wavy lines because they're kind of crinkled from being opened from the corn. So I'm going to add some lines going the long way on the corn stalk. You can also use a yellow crayon that will give your corn stalk a little bit of texture, like so. And I'm just coloring it in the direction of my line to really emphasize that texture. This also shows direction of growth, how things are expanding outward. Another really great color that will kind of give it some texture is white as well. So I'm going to add a little bit of white. Okay, this is optional. If you want, you can go around and outline your shapes in black. That would look super. Okay, welcome back. Here is our corn stalk. It is glued on and it is textured, and my corn cob is ready to be textured using our finger paints. I did go and take a scissors and cut off the extra stem. Now with my finger paints, I am going to use my finger. I'm going to turn my corn cob a little bit to the side, and I'm going to be using my finger to make rows, just like how you would normally see corn and how we gobble it up and munch it. Begin by, I'm going to dip my pointer finger. You're going to pick one finger, dip it in the paint. You're not going to stab it or dab it really hard. You're just going to definitely just tap, 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 showing a lot of self-control. Bring it to your project. You're going to move your finger up and down in a row, just like corn. Here we go. Now I can take a different color as well, and I'll be going over some just to lighten them up. I'm going to mix a light yellow as well. You want to get a good variety of color in your corn cobs. There we go. I'm working in rows. Here I have 2 rows started, and I'm going to add on to this row just like this. Now remember, not all corn bits are the same, and they're not, equally in rows. They are kind of randomized how the corn gets nutrients and changes color over the season. So each little itty bitty corn should be a different color or tone or shade of yellow on your corn cob. When I'm going down in here, I'm being extremely careful, okay? These areas get a little tight, so I'm gonna dab really gently with my finger. Bring in some light yellow, another light yellow, another light yellow, switch to dark yellow, some white, white, changing up my color every so often. That's how you do that little section. Now at the top, we're just gonna dab some more, being really gentle, remember, showing self-control. The shape of your finger, it looks perfectly like little corn. It's how awesome is that? Okay, that is how you paint your corn cob. I am going to finish this and we'll see how yours turns out. Thanks for watching.